And a very good evening, everyone, as we welcome you to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium here on the campus of Collinsville High School. I am Todd Duke, and we're glad that you're with us for some more boys basketball action. Back-to-back nights of both the boys team, junior varsity and varsity. Last night we were here as well against the Edwardsville Tigers, and the JV team won their game, but the varsity team lost their game. So we'll try to right the ship and get us a double win here tonight as the JV and the varsity boys will host the Metro East Lutheran Knights. And again, my name is Todd Duke. Glad that you're with us here on the Kahok Sports Network. We'll have Andy Albertina on the camera for you for both games. And here are your starting lineups for this junior varsity game. The Metro East Lutheran Knights, they have a very tall roster, by the way. They only have one roster. It's not a JV and then a varsity roster. They have one roster, and then they field a JV team and a varsity team out of that roster. They have a total of 13 kids on their roster. Only 2 of them are under 6 foot tall. How about that? They are a very tall team. So here are the starters for the JV game for the Metro East Lutheran Knights. Freshman, 6 foot even. Joseph Hayes, also standing at 6 foot even, a sophomore. Marcus Gerling. Colin Yablonsky is a 6'1" sophomore. Elijah Grady is a 6 foot freshman, and a 6'1" sophomore in Derek Scott rounds out the starting 5 for Metro East Lutheran. For Collinsville, Devin Davis, the 6'1" junior, gets the start. Another junior, Dayton Horace, who stands at 5'10". Following the junior category, Matt Clark is out there, stands at 6'3". Jake Wilkinson is a sophomore, as the voice cracks, and leads the team in scoring, does Wilkinson. He stands at 6'2", and then Zach Chambers, the 6'7" freshman, rounds out the starting 5 for Collinsville. Metro East Lutheran is the home team, the road team. They are dressed in their dark uniforms. That would be green, and they are trimmed in white. Numbers on the backs of their jerseys are in gold, and the word Knights written across the fronts of their jerseys. I was going to go with green on my score bug up here for Metro East Lutheran, but it turned out blue. So I wasn't going to get one of those responses on the chat saying, hey, man, blue is not our color. So I went with as close to gold as I could get. And, of course, Collinsville is the home team. They are dressed in their home whites, trimmed in purple. Numbers are in purple, and the word Kahawks written across the fronts of their jerseys. And we're underway. 1 second in. Ball gets knocked out of bounds, and we will redo it. Marcus Gerling, the 6 foot senior on the other side of the court, getting ready to inbound. Now they'll switch places with Colin Yablonsky. I do not know what the JV record is for Metro East Lutheran, but the JV Kahawks come in perfect at 5-0. The varsity Knights are perfect at 4-0, and it should be an interesting varsity game, but we have a what should be an interesting JV game as well. Here is Haynes over on the far side, brings it around in the slot. That compromises that space between the top of the key and the center court circle, and now Grady with it. Grady has the T-shirt on underneath his jersey. The white one, also out there, is Derek Scott. He has a black T-shirt on underneath his jersey. The rest are sleeveless in this cold, cold weather. Nice block there by Wilkinson. Collinsville gets the turnover, and the Kahawks bring it down for their first crack on offense. Wilkinson from one wing over here to this wing to Horace. Horace in the paint, takes the shot, can't get it to go. Rebound belongs to the Knights. Metro East Lutheran brings the ball up. Across the timeline, that is Grady. Grady moves the ball up and slows things down a bit. 1 minute gone here in this first quarter. No score between Collinsville and Metro East Lutheran. Almost a steal there by Horace. Now over onto the far side for Yablonsky. Yablonsky in the slot, bounces the ball up to Scott. And Scott will not go any farther as we have a whistle and our first foul of the game. Or do we have a timeout? We have a timeout. Didn't even hear anybody call a timeout. It is a 60-second timeout, and with no score in the first quarter, we'll step aside for 60 seconds as well, and we're back in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
The Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been a proud supporter of KahokSports.com and the Kahok Sports Network from day one. Since 1934, the Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been providing women in the community an opportunity to make a difference with fundraisers and projects, all that go towards helping the needy in Collinsville. If you would like any information on any event sponsored by the Collinsville Junior Service Club, head to Facebook, type in Collinsville Junior Service Club, and then click on the event tab. We thank the Collinsville Junior Service Club for their continued support of the Kahok Sports Network and KahokSports.com.
Back here at Collinsville High School, Todd Duke, Andy Albertino with you. No score here early on, 1 minute and 10 seconds into this JV game between Collinsville and the other team from Edwardsville, Metro East Lutheran. JV team won their game against the JV Tigers last night, 55-50 in a very close game. That was a fun game to watch and fun game to bring you. Here is Haynes. He dumps it off to Grady. Ed Hardy, by the way, is the JV coach for Metro East Lutheran. Eric Anderson, the head coach for the JV Kahawks. That ball was partially tipped, and Matt Clark will pick up the loose ball. And Collinsville on offense once again, and Wilkinson, nice job not going out of bounds, dumps off to Davis. Couldn't get it high enough off the glass for it to go through, and now the ball picked up on the rebound by the Knights. They bring it up, a pop and drop by Leblonsky. Still won't fall. No one can score a point here right now. Scott getting double teamed and then triple teamed to the point where he travels. Third turnover for Metro East Lutheran. They are out rebounding Collinsville 2-0 right now. Collinsville has gotten the ball 3 times, all on turnovers, no rebounds. Here is Horace handing off to Davis, over to Wilkinson. Wilkinson on the left wing, shoots a 3 from there, and it will not fall, and the rebound belongs to Matt Clark. First Collinsville rebound, back-to-back three-point tries by Wilkinson, and the second one hits, and Collinsville is on the board. Team leader in points, Jake Wilkinson, scoring the first points of this game, and happens to be a 3 spot. Lost my scoreboard here. There we go. Well, we got it. And another turnover by Metro East Lutheran. Collinsville comes back. Here's Davis off the glass. This time, he'll get it to fall in. And Collinsville jumps out to a 5-0 lead. 5:25 left to play here in this opening quarter. JV game last night. Collinsville had a 35-30 advantage at halftime. Edwardsville outscored Collinsville 16-10 in that third quarter to take a 46-35 lead, and then Collinsville put the clamps down in that third quarter, only allowing Edwardsville 4 points. Another 2 points. This one belongs to Dayton Horace, and Collinsville up and running with a 7-0 lead here early on. Ball hits the front of the scorer's table, and sound like somebody dropped a chair. 4:50 to play here in this opening quarter. 7-0 in favor of Collinsville. And we are under 5 minutes. It is a mandatory mask timeout, so we'll step aside as well. And we're back in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network. Just because we're adults doesn't mean we don't have toys, am I right? If your adult toys consist of boats, campers, or RVs, then you need to call the GASA storage team of professionals. Winter weather in the Midwest can be quite harsh, and finding a place to properly store those expensive toys for winter can be just as rough as a Midwest winter. That's where the GASA storage team comes in, with outdoor self-storage and covered storage for your toys. They even have tractor-trailer parking, conveniently located at Horseshoe Lake Road and 111 in Pontoon Beach. GASA Storage, for the safe storage of all of your toys. Contact the GASA storage team, gasastorage@gmail.com, or call today, GASA Storage Team, 618-797-6100. Are the lights on your dashboard putting on a show? Bring it to Mike's Automotive in Collinsville. Mike's Automotive is also a T3 certified tire center. They can handle all of the basics like oil changes and tune-ups, and the not-so-basics like complete engine rebuilds. Mike's Automotive also has 24-hour towing and has 3 locations: Millstadt, St. Louis, and in Collinsville. The Collinsville location is at 1150 St. Louis Road, just blocks from the high school. Or call 345-0611, online at mikesautomotive.net and Mike's Automotive on Facebook. Collinsville with the ball back. Matt Clark shoots from the free throw line. Won't fall in for him. Rebound belongs to Metro East Lutheran as we're back after the mask timeout of the first quarter. 4.5 minutes to go here in quarter number 1. 7-0 lead for Collinsville. With the ball is Roderick Holmes. Holmes over on the far side to Yablonsky. 32, not 22. That's Grady. Backs it up for Scott and gives it right back to Grady. Grady being watched there by Horace. Grady makes his move. Left-hand dribble. Stops at the free throw line. Gives it up for Scott. Scott turns around and fires it over to Holmes. Holmes into the paint, kicks it back outside. Grady for 3. Falls a little short. Rebound belongs to Collinsville, and the foul belongs to Elijah Grady. Collinsville's third rebound, and Elijah Grady clamped onto Horace right there at the end and spun him out of bounds. Referee called it, and the first foul of this game belongs to Metro East Lutheran. Devin Davis set to inbound, and he'll do so to Dayton Horace. The 5'10 junior brings the ball up across the timeline with 4 minutes to go here in this first quarter. Wilkinson back to Horace, around this way to Davis. Back to Horace, over to Davis. Davis eyes the three, takes it and misses it. Rebound. And that was a over-the-back call. That's going to be called against Zach Chambers. So Collinsville turns the ball over for the first time tonight. And the inbound pass comes into Holmes for the Knights. They bring it up. 3:45 left to play here in this first quarter. Scheduled for 2. Got 2 more coming for you tomorrow. We're back here in this gymnasium as the girls are in action against their Southwestern Conference rival Belleville East Lancers. Miss, and the rebound belongs to Collinsville again. Here is a give and go, and it goes in for Matt Clark, the leader in points in yesterday's affair against Edwardsville, as Clark pulled in 14 points. Nine 0 in favor of Collinsville. Holmes back at midcourt. He's going to be fouled by Davis. And Collinsville will pick up 2 fouls in a row. And they lead in that department 2-1. Wholesale player changes going on here for Collinsville as Alex Lorback checks into the game for the first time. And here is Grady. Fires it over to Holmes. Holmes on the left wing, brings it all the way around to the top of the key. And Collinsville trying to slap that ball away from there. And Holmes does a nice job holding on to it. Gives it up to Grady on an underhand toss. 2:45 left to play here in this first quarter. Grady gets a little caught, has to stop, and gives it up to Holmes. Holmes being watched by Lorsback. Lorsback. Back outside now for Scott. Back to the top of the key we go, and Gerling with it. Gives it up now for Grady. Grady dribbles, drives, baseline shot, no good. Went over the rim and everything, and it's going to be a free throw trip for Grady as the third foul called on Collinsville. This one's going to belong to Jamori Weisinger. At the free throw line, Elijah Grady. Metro East Lutheran looking for their first points here in this half, or in this quarter, and they'll look a little bit more. Grady trying to get his team on the board. Knights trail 9-0. And they'll wait a little longer. Rebound belongs to Collinsville on the miss by Grady. He missed both of them. And the Kahawks bring the ball up. Here is Horace out front to Lorsback. Over onto this wing for Weisinger. Out to Lorsback again. Here's Clark. Bounces off a couple of players, high off the glass. Can't get it to go. Rebound belongs to Collinsville. And then the ball ends up out of bounds off of the tennis shoe of Joseph Haynes. I don't have a number 4 on my Collinsville roster, so I do not know who is wearing number 4. Here's a three-point try. That one whooshed right out of that rim. Lorsback gets the rebound, and it's back out front now for the younger Horace. That's Nick Horace up underneath and off the glass for 2. Collinsville out to an 11-0 lead with 1:40 left to play here in this first quarter. Here's Elijah Grady. Grady moves it up onto the wing, trying to make up for his 2 missed free throws and get his team on the board somehow, some way. And then a tipped ball ends up into the hands of Weisinger. Weisinger off the glass, can't get it to go. Lorsback is there with the rebound, bounces it into the corner, and then bounces it out of bounds. Second turnover for Collinsville. I heard Coach Anderson call somebody Adam. Did Adam Remar get his jersey changed from 42 to 4? At any rate, here's a steal by Lorsback off the glass, no good. But a foul coming up against Roderick Holmes. To the free throw line will be young Mr. Alex Lorsback, 5'9" junior. Laura's back at the free throw line, ready for shot number 1. This is his first trip to the free throw line here in the JV season, and he makes it count. Player changes on both sides. Zion Tucker checks into the game for Metro East Lutheran. Colin Yablonsky comes back in. Marcus Gerling out there as well as Derek Scott. And young Mr. Holmes, Roderick Holmes. Lore's back. One more free throw coming his way. Good. 13-0 in favor of Collinsville. Knights bring the ball up. On to the near side sideline for Holmes. Holmes races it across the line. Under a minute to go here in this first quarter. Here's a three-point shot coming from Tucker. That one hits the front of the rim and then bounces high off the glass. Rebound belongs to Collinsville, and 2 points belongs to Jake Wilkinson. He now has 5 of Collinsville's 15. 40 seconds left to play. Collinsville going for the shutout here in the first quarter. Nice job keeping his feet there by Roderick Holmes, and he ends up drawing a whistle. And this one's going to go against Jake Wilkinson. Wilkinson will pick up his first foul, 4th team foul for Collinsville here in this first quarter. 34.5 seconds left of that quarter. And loose ball. Oh, right off of the head. And then, oh, hey, how about that? That is an assist for young Mr. Darren Pinnell. I just found out that kid's name, so that was a perfect time for that. Assist off the head. That's like a Jose Canseco ball, but it stays in the park instead of going over the fence for a home run. And another one by Oisinger. And Collinsville has just poured it on here, and 20-0 in the first. Here is a shot, no good. Blocked out of there by Horace. With 4 seconds left, we're going to have a whistle. And we're going to have the ball on the inbound pass instead of a free throw shooter with 3.6 seconds to go. Inbound pass coming in from Holmes. Holmes tosses it into Scott. Turnaround shot. Whoa, it does fall right at the buzzer. Derek Scott gets his team on the board right at the buzzer of the first quarter. And Collinsville has themselves a 20-2 lead after 1 quarter of play. We'll take a timeout and we'll come back for quarter number 2. We'll do that next on the Kahok Sports Network.
Brady Pest and Termite Management in Caseyville. Brady Pest and Termite Management is your local pest control source. The Midwest offers its fair share of pest problems, and Brady Pest and Termite Management is up to the challenge. Whether it's pesky rodents in the cold winter months or ants, spiders, and other pests in the warm months, Brady Pest and Termite is your solution. And termites? Brady Pest is tops in the Metro East in termite management. Do you have unwanted pests? Then call the best. Brady Pest and Termite Management in Caseyville. Call 343-1790 or on Facebook at Brady Pest and Termite. Looking to buy a new home or sell your current one? Trust the Blaylock team of Keller Williams Marquis Realty with all of your real estate needs. The real estate market is hot right now. Trust the Blaylock team of Keller Williams Marquis to help you find the perfect home or to help you get top dollar for your current home. Give Peyton or Emily Blaylock a call today at 618-780-4622 or visit them online at blaylockteam.com or on Facebook at the Blaylock team.
Back here at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, an 18-point lead after the first quarter when Derek Scott scored one right at the buzzer for Metro East Lutheran to get them on the board to avoid a first quarter shutout. But Collinsville very comfortably out front after 1 quarter of play. 18-point lead, 20-2 is our score. Collinsville with the ball. Here is Horace. That would be the young Nick Horace. Now over to our new guy, Pennell. Back out front, Lore's back. Lore's back up underneath. Wilkinson, little shot from 2 feet out. And he hits it. Wilkinson now with 7 points in this game. 22-2. Just underway in quarter number 2. Here's Tucker. Tucker being watched by Pennell. Pennell behind the back dribble to himself, picks it up and out to the front to Holmes. Holmes back over onto the wing on this side for Grady. Grady back out front one more time for Tucker. Tucker trying to get past Lorsbach. Almost carried that ball a little bit. Here's a three-point shot for Grady that skips across the rim. And the rebound belongs to Nick Horace. And the Collinsville Kahawks come up court and turn the ball over. Third turnover for the Kahawks. 1 minute gone here in this first quarter. And Zion Tucker brings it up. Tucker over on the far side for Grady. Grady, top of the key for Scott. Scott kicks it back out front here for Gerling. A bounce pass over onto the wing for Tucker. He'll launch a three and he'll hit it. Three-pointer there for Zion Tucker. And here comes Pennell, and he pulls up at the baseline and needs to find a way to get rid of the ball. Finally does to Nick Horace. Horace in the paint, off the glass, good for two. Nick Horace now on the board for Collinsville. I think Zach Chambers is the only one that played earlier that hasn't scored a point yet. Give him time. There's a ball that's a little bit of a missed pass. And ended up going to Tucker, and Pennell picks himself up a foul. Joseph Haynes checks back into the game. The freshman started and now comes back in. He'll take the place of Derek Scott. Inbound pass comes into the backcourt for Tucker. Tucker, far side sideline, over on the right wing. Now back out front for Grady. Oh, Grady fired a hot potato over to Marcus Gerling, but that was way behind Gerling, and Metro East Lutheran picks up turnover number 8. Lorsbach inbounds, and does so to Weisinger, all the way up to Pennell. Into the corner for a three-pointer. That one rattles, but won't fall home. Off of the hands of Jake Wilkinson. Rebound belongs to the Knights. They bring it up. Here is Grady. Grady at the top of the key. Stops his progression forward and gives the ball up now to Tucker. Tucker over onto the far side wing. 5.5 to go here in this second. Ooh, big three-pointer there from Tucker. He's hit 2 of those. Here's Horace. Horace kicks it off into the corner for Wilkinson again. Wilkinson trying to drive baseline. No room there. He was being blocked out by Gerling. Now back out beyond the front of the perimeter. It is Weisinger over to Horace for 3. That one swoops right around the whole entire rim. Rebound belongs to Wilkinson. He puts it up. It still won't go in. Second rebound belongs to the Knights. They bring it up. Here is Tucker. 5 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Tucker over on the left wing to Grady at the top of the key. Grady makes his move outside the lane, kicks it in the corner. 3-point shot coming. That one misses from Holmes. Rebound, however, belongs to Haynes. And then a foul right after. This one is going to go against Pennell again. The young freshman comes into the game and picks up 2 fouls and takes an assist off the top of the skull. Timeout, mask timeout at that, so we will step aside as well, and we are back in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
At Visionary Wealth Advisors, we empower you to see your future before it's your future, to create your inheritance, to build your vision, to anticipate the known and unknown, and to find potential in both, and build new dawns. Visionary Wealth Advisors.
M.E.L of Collinsville, locally owned and operated by Ryan Combs. M.E.L can ship anything, anywhere. They treat you like a neighbor because, well, you are a neighbor. M.E.L offers shipping materials and containers, private mailboxes, as well as climate-controlled self-storage. Visit Pac-Mail at 407 Beltline Road in Collinsville. Online, WeShipSt.Louis.com or call Pac-Mail at 346-4884.
Back here at Collinsville High School, Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium is where we are, to be exact. 24-8 is our score. Collinsville very much in control of this one thus far. Still a long way to go, though. And at the free throw line, it is going to be Joseph Haynes. Haynes' first trip to the line, looking for his first points. And he misses that one, and a whistle on Zach Chambers. Well, I mentioned Zach Chambers is looking for his first points to round out everybody getting points here, but we don't want to make those tally marks on the sheet. So Haynes fires a 1-and-1, and it's no good. Collinsville gets the rebound, and they bring it back up and set up their offense. Here is Lorsback over onto the wing, and Clark back out front for Horace. Over here for Davis. Davis picks up his dribble, cross-court pass for Horace. On the left wing, into the left-hand corner for Clark. Now, I thought that Chambers was going to turn around and put that one off the glass. Here's Horace just in front of the free throw line, and he makes one count. Horace now with 4 points. Metro East Lutheran brings the ball back up, trailing 26-8. And almost another turnover. Here's a three-point shot coming from Tucker. That one's a little too short, hits the rim, and then pops up and hits the guide bars. And that is another turnover for the Knights. Kahawks bring the ball up. Halfway through quarter number 2, 26-8. Collinsville has the lead. Here is Lorsback. Lorsback at the free throw line for Davis. Up underneath, Clark traveled that baseline back door. And Clark now has 4 points. 20-point lead for Collinsville. Here comes Tucker again. Tucker inside the perimeter, takes the shot, won't fall in, and the rebound belongs to Zach Chambers. Chambers gives it up for Lorsback. Lorsback back over here on the wing now for Horace. Baseline shot for Matt Clark, and Clark hits again. Hit from 2 feet out. Hits from 6 feet out. Hits from 8 feet out. Clark just hits. There's Grady. Shovel pass over onto the far side wing for Gerling. Back to Grady it goes. Grady. Whoop. Breaking one way was Yablonsky, and Grady threw it the opposite way, and Collinsville will get the ball back with 3:03 left to play here in this first half. 30-8 in favor of the home team. Lorsback inbounds and does so to Devin Davis. Davis brings it up across the line. Horace on the far side. Inside for Chambers, off the glass, there we go. All players on the JV roster except for Adam Remar, who apparently isn't playing tonight, have now scored. There's Grady again. In the perimeter and right back out to Yablonsky. Over here now for Grady once again. Grady on the right wing, bluffs the shot, takes it across the lane, gives it up now for Yablonsky. He's about 8 feet away. He takes the shot. He can't get it to fall, hits the side of the backboard. Rebound belongs to Horace, and Horace races all the way down by himself. And he now has 6 points, does the Kahok Jr. 34-8, 2:10 left to play here in the second quarter. Here is Grady. Grady in the slot. Moves over toward the left wing. Being followed now by Davis. Gives it up to Scott. Scott at the top of the key. Right-hand dribble outside the lane. Punches it outside, and once again it's a Grady. Grady in the paint from the free throw line. Takes the shot, won't fall. Clark is there with the rebound for Collinsville. Gets it up to Horace, who dumps it off to Davis off the glass on the give and go, and Davis now with 4 points for the Kahawks. 36-8. We're down to the final 95 seconds of this first half. Here's Grady. Grady, bounce pass into the perimeter for Haynes. Haynes lost the ball off a shoe. Picks it up, gives it back to Grady. Grady kicks it off from the outside wing for Yablonsky. Yablonsky bounces a pass Over to Scott. Scott tries to direct some traffic. Hands the ball off to Gerling, who bounces it over here. Right in front of the scorer's table to Elijah Grady. Grady drives, baseline, and it's a little short. Rebound belongs to Matt Clark. Clark gives the ball up to Horace. We're under a minute to go now here in quarter number 2. It's been all Collinsville thus far, 36-8. And here is the young Dayton Horace. He has 6 points. To Devin Davis underneath, and it's out of bounds. Zach Chambers couldn't handle the pass and lost the handle, then it hit purple. That's Matt Clark being vocal out there on the floor, trying to put all his teammates in their proper places. 30 seconds left to play here in this first half. Here's Grady. Grady being watched by Lorsback. Pass over to Haynes. Haynes was going to direct that pass to Scott, but the defense read that all the way. And now off of Scott's shoe, and Scott finds the ball in his hands once again. Gives it up to Grady. Grady can't hold on to it. Down to 7 seconds left. Metro East Lutheran's got to hurry if they want a shot here. Down to 3, and Clark in the way at the buzzer. No good. 36-8. After one half of play, Collinsville all over Metro East Lutheran in the first half of this contest. We'll take a break, and we'll come back and add up some numbers for you, and we'll pass those numbers along to you after a timeout here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Call Up Jennings Florist, a Collinsville original since 1939. Call Up Jennings Florist has a wide variety of green and blooming plants, specializing in all designs, from traditional to trend settings. Call Up Jennings Florist is of course your place for beautiful flowers, suitable for any occasion. From anniversaries to birthdays, graduations to weddings, Call Up Jennings Florist is there for any life's major moments. Call Up Jennings Florist, 517 West Clay Street in Collinsville. Call 344-0404 or online at callupjennings.com.
Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of Code 3 Spices, is first responder owned by proud Kahok alums. Located at 302 East Main Street, Code 3 Barbecue Supply is your home for one-of-a-kind everything barbecue headquarters, providing the best American-made barbecue grills, smokers, rubs, sauces, accessories, and cooking expertise from professional barbecue experts. Code 3 Spices provides award-winning rubs and sauces and donates 25 cents a unit sold to first responder and military organizations to aid the fallen and assist with suicide prevention and PTSD awareness. Stop on by. See the guys at Code 3 Barbecue Supply for all of your cooking and grilling needs. Code 3 Barbecue Supply, home of the Memphis in May first place world champion Patriot sauce. Learn more about their products and mission in giving back to those who serve at code3spices.com.
Do you have a big land improvement project that requires some outside help? Call Petroff Trucking Company. The Petroff Companies have been shaping the metro area since 1975. Family owned and operated, Petroff Trucking Company can do the job and do it right. Hauling, excavating, and grading, they do that and more. Petroff Companies also has roll-off dumpster rentals. They also specialize in dirt and rock sales. Petroff Trucking Company can help you develop your land for your needs. Petroff Trucking Company. Check out their website, petrofftrucking.com, or give them a call, 618-797-6100. Petroff Trucking Company, shaping the metro area since 1975.
Drink it in. Powerful, vibrant, nutrient-rich fuel for healthy, active, experience-rich lives. Each ingredient chosen carefully, every blend crafted masterfully. Nurturing your passion, nourishing your purpose. So you can be your best self, live your best life, and rule the day.
The Times-Tribune, Madison County's longest-running leading independent newspaper. The Times-Tribune covers Troy, Collinsville, Maryville, and all the villages and communities of Madison County. from area city halls to sports, including the Collinsville Kahawks and Unit 10 District News. The Times-Tribune covers that and more. The Times-Tribune is a weekly hometown newspaper published every Thursday, and a one-year subscription is only $40 for the printed and online editions. For more information, call the Times-Tribune at 618-667-3111, online at timestribunenews.com, or follow them on Facebook at Times-Tribune. The reviews are in. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville is a hit in the Metro East. Folks both local and just visiting the area are calling Old Herald Brewery and Distillery a must-stop destination in Collinsville. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville is located at 115 East Clay Street in Collinsville and is home to one of the only restaurants in the state with their own brewery and distillery that produces some of the best brews and spirits in the industry. And the food? All created by an in-house chef using local ingredients that will please any palate. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville has daily specials for both inside diners as well as offering curbside pickup specials and family-size specials. And don't forget to take home a bottle or a growler of beers brewed on site at Old Herald Brewery and Distillery. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville. Check their Facebook page for daily specials, online ordering at oldheraldbrewery.com, or give them a call at 855-8027. Back here at Collinsville High School, it's halftime, 36-8 in favor of Collinsville. It's been all Collinsville in this one thus far. Kahawks led 20-2 after one quarter of play. That's right, Metro East Lutheran just 2 points in that first quarter, and they got it right at the buzzer on a shot by Derek Scott, or else it would have been a 20-0 first quarter. Not much better for the Knights there in that second quarter either, just a little bit though. They scored 6 points. Collinsville, however, scored 16. So add that together, and that's a 36-8 advantage. Collinsville has a 28-point lead when we resume play in the third quarter. Leading scorer in this one is Jake Wilkinson. He has 7. He is followed close behind by Dayton Horace and Matt Clark. They both have 6. 5 points for Jamori Weisinger, 4 for Devin Davis, and then 2 points each for Zach Chambers, Alex Lorsback, Nick Horace, and the young freshman that we didn't know his name until now, Darren Pennell. For the Metro East Lutheran Knights, they have 6 points from Zion Tucker. The other 2 belong to Derek Scott on that buzzer beater to end that first quarter, and that is it. Rebound battle, Collinsville winning that one handily as well, 15-5. And the turnovers are killing the Knights also. They have 10, while Collinsville has 4. Free throw line, Collinsville perfect 2 for 2. The Knights are 0 for 4. Each team has hit 2 3-pointers. Collinsville came on 5 tries, while the Knights have shot 8 3-point shots here in the first half. That is a look at your first half stats. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll have third quarter action. That'll come your way here in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network.
As the Director of Sports Medicine at Next Level Performance Institute, I oversee the care of all of our athletes, many high school, collegiate, and professional. Our goal is to help athletes stay on the field and maximize their performance. We have state-of-the-art diagnostic equipment where we can actually perform testing to get to the root cause of problems that could be getting in the way of athletic performance. When it comes to taking care of athletes, we take a full-body approach. Whether it's musculoskeletal ailments, nutritional issues, organic issues such as headaches, sinuses, digestive issues, we have advanced training to where we can remedy health issues and return that athlete to play as quickly as possible. If you or your athlete are dealing with any kind of nagging sports injury and would like to see if we can possibly help, feel free to give us a call or come by the office anytime.
Cafe Agape serves up some of the best sandwiches, burgers, pork steaks, meatloaf, fish, and more in Collinsville. And yes, they still cater. Wedding receptions, luncheons, business meetings, and much more. And Cafe Agape is your destination for all of your holiday and party favorites, both main courses as well as delicious sides. Cafe Agape in Collinsville is the only place to pick up a Kahok sandwich or dog and the new Flamin' Kahok sandwich. Cafe Agape. Check them out at 703 St. Louis Road. Give them a call at 345-CAFE. That's 345-2233. And don't forget to tell them Stewie sent you. First National Bank of Waterloo. celebrating over 100 years of banking. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo, now with locations in Collinsville and Maryville, for your mortgage and lending needs. Why? Super low closing costs, low construction loan rates, and they do so much to support our local communities. When you need a loan, call Bill Metzger at First National Bank of Waterloo at 345-1121 or visit them with their new locations in Collinsville and Maryville or online at fnbwaterloo.com. First National Bank of Waterloo, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Your home is where you feel happy, safe, and secure. So if you see signs of foundation problems like cracks or uneven floors, worrying is natural, and getting it fixed is crucial. Woods Basement Systems understands. We've been solving foundation worries since 1986. Woods experts have the training and equipment to make permanent repairs. So stop worrying, because with Woods, it's fixed forever. Foundation problems don't get better with time, they get better with Woods, the all things basement-y experts. Call or go to woodsbasementsystems.com today.
Back here at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, Todd Duke and Andy Albertina with you. Glad that you're with us. 36-8 is our score here in this JV game. Varsity game will follow this one about 15 minutes after the conclusion of this one. And I'm sorry we don't have enough time to pass along all the final numbers for you after the junior varsity games, but we got to shut everything down and take a little break ourselves before we start the varsity contest. And we shut the YouTube channel down in between games, so both games have their own separate video production, if you will. So when you go on to the Kahok Sports Network YouTube channel, you can click on one game or the other instead of clicking on just one game that's like 4 hours long, if that makes sense. Makes sense to me. All right, we're just about ready to go here in quarter number 2. Collinsville with a sizable lead. Metro East Lutheran definitely has their work cut out for them, and they will get the first opportunity as Roderick Holmes is set to inbound all the way over on the far sideline, and does so into the backcourt to Tucker, and Tucker brings the ball up, and we are underway in the second half. Over here to Grady in front of his own bench. He'll take one step to the left, take a shot, no good, and the rebound belongs to Collinsville. Kahawks bring the ball up. Here is Nick Horace underneath for Zach Chambers. Nobody there to block that, so Chambers off the glass for 2, and he now has 4 points. And Collinsville has a 30-point lead. Here is Tucker. Tucker bounces the ball inside the perimeter for Holmes. Back out front now for Tucker and kicks it on over to Gerling. Gerling into the corner. That is Tucker again. Tucker gets blocked off by 2 Kahawks. A pass out front that was lucky to make it to someone wearing the green, and that someone is Grady. Grady, a bounce pass just outside the lane to Scott. Scott fires from there, and that's partially tipped by Chambers, and the rebound belongs to Collinsville, and bringing the ball up is Weisinger. Weisinger, pass over on the far side for Horace. That was almost a little too short and didn't quite make it there, but it did. Weisinger now on the left wing, back out to Horace. Horace into the corner. To Zach Chambers, turnaround jump shot, and are they going to count the bucket? Or is that we're going to? They are going to count it? It's up on the scoreboard, but I never did see the motion. Okay, yes, he is. All right, so Chambers scores 2 more. Foul belongs to Scott, his first, and Chambers makes him pay by adding the extra bonus point. 41-8 now is our score. First foul of the half belongs to Derek Scott and the Metro East Lutheran Knights. Grady with the ball, far side sideline, 6.5 to play here in this third quarter. Into the corner it goes to Tucker. Tucker brings it out of the corner, and a one-arm shovel pass over this way for Tucker from, that one bounces, Holmes, and the rebound belongs to Collinsville. Kahawks bring it up. Here's Horace. Nick Horace, the 6-foot freshman for Collinsville, younger brother of Dayton, who is on the bench right now, taking a breather. Probably will see some minutes in the varsity game. And back out front we go to Weisinger. Over this way now to Pinnell. And just outside the lane, Chambers turns around, takes it from there, and it's good for 2. Chambers, who only had 2 first half points, now has 9. And Collinsville extends their lead 43-8. 5:45 left to play here in this third quarter. That's Zion Tucker, the 6-foot sophomore. Fires the pass into the corner for Gerling. Gerling back out front now for Scott and then over to Grady. Grady, 5.5 minutes to go here in the third. Gives it up for Holmes, who gives it up for Tucker. Tucker backs up toward the midcourt stripe, being watched there by Darren Pinnell. Tucker to Grady. Grady, far side wing. Bounce pass that was intended for Holmes, but Collinsville picks up the loose rock. Kahawks bring it up, looking to add to their lead. Here is Weisinger off the glass, can't get it to go. Gets his own rebound and puts it back up and in. And Weisinger now with 7 points on the afternoon. 45-8. Kahawks continue to expand their lead. Here is a bluff on the three. Now Scott from the free throw line. Can't hit the mark. And the rebound again belongs to Collinsville. Kahawks bring it up quickly. Here is Pinnell off the glass. No good. And a putback is good by Jake Wilkinson. Wilkinson now with 9 points. And Collinsville extends that lead to 47-8. Across the line, that is Holmes. Over to Grady. Grady right in front of the Knights bench. Moves to his left, picks up his dribble, gives to Scott. Scott. We have 4:14 left to play, so next whistle will result in a mask timeout. There's another big three-point shot there. First couple of ones were from Tucker. That one was from Holmes. And Holmes gets his team on the board for the first time here in the third quarter, and it comes with exactly 4 minutes to play in quarter number 3. Over to Horace. Back out front now to Weisinger. Back this way for Pinnell. Free throw line now for Wilkinson. Kicks it back outside. Around the horn we go. Nice ball movement here by the Kahawks. It results in Chambers off the glass. And Chambers becomes the first Kahawk into double figures. He now has 11. And Collinsville has themselves a 38-point lead. 3.5 to go here in this third quarter. Here's Grady. Out front now for Tucker. Tucker. At the free throw line, dumps it off to Scott. Over on the far side now for Holmes. Holmes looking for somewhere to go. Everything is closed off in the paint, so he backs it back out and surveys things, tries it again, kicks it out into the corner. 3-point shot, a little too strong off of the hands of Gerling. And the rebound comes all the way out for another 3-point try. That one's a miss by Tucker. This time the rebound belongs to Collinsville. Kahawks bring it up. Here is a nice stop and way to get the defender to commit. And Wilkinson turns it into 2 points. And Wilkinson now has 11 as well to match the 11 of his teammate Zach Chambers. 2:40 left to play here, and a 3-point shot again. That one falls a little short from Tucker. And again, the rebound belongs to Collinsville. Here is Horace again. 2.5 to go. This pace, we might not have that mass timeout. All the way back out front now to Pinnell. Over on the far side wing, now to the free throw line for Wilkinson, and he travels. He jumped looking for somebody over here on this left wing to pass it to, but the left wing was completely void of a human being, and that was a travel call because of it. We have that mask timeout, and we will take a timeout as well, 51-11 in favor of Collinsville, and we'll be back in just a moment on the Kahawk Sports Network. Lakeside Roofing in Collinsville. Let the professionals at Lakeside Roofing protect your most important investment, your home or business. Have the elements taken a toll on your roof system? Notice a leaking roof? Maybe it's time for a free roof inspection. Regular maintenance can extend the life of your roofing system by 10 years or more. Lakeside Roofing is your winning team for commercial and residential roofing systems. Lakeside All-Star professionals have installed, repaired, and maintained hundreds of roofs on both sides of the river. Call Lakeside Roofing today at 618-344-2800 in Collinsville or 314-241-5253 or online at lakesideroofing.com. Choose experience. Choose Lakeside. Collinsville High School alumni Stacy Lauenstein, CHS class of 91, Lisa Bassetto, Sarah Sulke, and Tracy Limp, CHS class of 94, Tony Geisen, CHS class of 96, and Kevin Robinson, CHS class of 99, want to wish all of our Kahawks a great year. We look forward to cheering you on and supporting you. Work hard on the court and the field, as well as in the classroom. Remember, once a Kahok, always a Kahok. Hashtag Kahok Family. Kahawks have themselves a commanding 40-point lead here in this third quarter. We're back underway with 2:15 left to play in quarter number 3. Metro East Lutheran Knights with the ball. Here is Haynes. Over on the far side, Grady. Grady launches a three-point shot. That one is nothing but air, but it falls down right into his teammate's hands. That's Yablonski. And Yablonski gets it out of there, almost lost it. Here is Grady again. He gets it over to Gerling. Gerling just outside the lane takes the off-balance shot, won't fall. And Davis has the ball fall right down into his hands for yet another Collinsville rebound. 1:40 left to play here in this third quarter. Here is Nick Horace on the far side. Brother Dayton Horace as well. Here is Davis. No look past the Lorsback. Back out front we go to the Horace brothers. Now to Matt Clark. Clark lost control of the ball, but it's picked up by Davis, who kicks it out front to Lorsback at the free throw line underneath the basket. And a shot that didn't hit the rim. It touched glass and came out the other side. So we'll call that a rebound for the Knights after the missed opportunity there by Horace. That would be Dayton underneath that basket. Here are the Knights once again. And out front, it's Yablonski. Almost got his pocket picked there by Nick Horace. Jolersbach almost got his hand on it as well. Ends up into the corner for Gerling. Back out front here for Grady. 50 seconds left to play here in this third quarter. Over onto the wing now for Yablonski. Yablonski, one dribble, he picks it up and fires it out front to Scott. And then a bluff on the three-point shot there by Grady. He'll bring it back out and then shove it back into the corner for Yablonski. Now Grady with it again in the slot. 30 seconds left to play here in this third quarter. Here's Scott. Scott across the way to Grady. Grady into the corner. Takes the three-point shot, hits the top of the backboard, and comes down into the hands of Mr. Clark for Collinsville. 51-11, and we have 15 seconds left here in this third quarter. Over to Dayton Horace it goes. Far side sideline. Into that right-hand corner now for Lorsbach. To Clark. Clark in the perimeter. Kicks it back outside to Davis. Around. And a three-point shot coming. And it rattles on home for Nick Horace right before the buzzer sounds. And that is the way that the third quarter comes to a close. Collinsville 54-11 over the Metro East Lutheran Knights out of Edwardsville. And we'll take a break. Come back. Fourth quarter action. We'll be heading your way in just a moment on the Kahok Sports Network. Extreme Details Vehicle Detailing in Collinsville, owned by former Kahok Jay Merkel. At Extreme Details, they believe in the value of community and in helping the community hold the value of their vehicles. A sharp-looking, clean ride that you and your community can be proud of. Extreme Details offers drop-off, pickup, and delivery service as well as a mobile service, whether that's a simple wash and wax or all the way up to a full detail job. No job is too big or too small for Extreme Details. Plus, Extreme Details offers scratch and oxidation removal and vacuums every vehicle regardless of what package you choose. Cars, trucks, boats, motorcycles, and more. Extreme Details in Collinsville. Open 9 to 6 Monday through Friday, 9 to 5 on Saturday. Call Jay Merkel for an appointment at 301-6033 or 977-1224. Welcome back to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium. I'm Todd Duke. Andy Albertina is on the camera. We're glad that you're with us here for this JV game. And we have a 54-11 contest. That is a 43-point lead for Collinsville, and we will have running clock for the entirety of this fourth quarter. The only thing that stops the clock are timeouts and that masked timeout in between, at the halfway point, I should say, of quarter number 4. Collinsville with the ball. Here is Lorsbach. Lorsbach over to Wilkinson. Out over to Pinnell. Back over to Lorsbach. Wilkinson at the free throw line. Ditches it outside for Weisinger. Collinsville continues to move the ball in and out of the perimeter. And a three-point shot coming from Weisinger. Nothing but net there. Weisinger's second three-point shot made here in this game. And he now has 6 points. Oh, excuse me, he has 8 points. I have him down for 8 points. I don't even have him up on the scoreboard, actually. All right, I was looking for the number, and it's not up there. Here is Grady. He gives to Scott. Scott launches one from just inside the perimeter at the top of the key. Ball ends up out of bounds. And the Knights will get to keep it. Clock continues to move during the stoppage in play with the large lead. Mercy rule in effect. Grady set to inbound. Does so to Scott, who dumps it off for Haynes, and Haynes takes it in and count it. And Haynes will go to the free throw line where he was 0 for 2 in the first half. First foul by Collinsville. Each team now with one. Zach Chambers, his number's still up there, but I already had him as 2. Front end of a 1-and-1, misses for Haynes. Rebound belongs to Collinsville. Or, excuse me, the only shot that Haynes was going to get. And a turnaround jump shot. Count the bucket and the bruise against Zach Chambers. 59-13, 5:50 left to play as Zach Chambers is at the free throw line. He has had one chance, and he's made that one opportunity count at the charity stripe. And he falls a little short with that effort, and the rebound belongs to the Knights. Grady with it. Bustles his way over to the right wing in front of his bench. Lorsback with him the whole entire way. And now Haynes with it. Haynes with a pass to Gerling. Gerling. Right-hand dribble on top of the key. Gives it up once again for Grady. Grady. Oh, has that rejected by Chambers. Loose ball. It ends up finding Chambers, and then it's loose on the ground. So no turnover there. That just all happened way too quick. Get that out of here, says Weisinger. So a couple of nice blocks. One by Chambers, the other by Weisinger. And Pannell moves his feet and turns the ball over. And we have our mask timeout, so that will stop the clock with 4:46 left to play here in this third quarter. And we're going to take a break, and we'll be back in just a moment here on the Kahok Sports Network.
Hi, Purple and White fans. This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of Kahok Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go Kahawks.
Pace Design and Construction in Maryville. Whether building a new home, making an addition to the home you currently own, or finally getting around to that remodeling job you've been putting off, Pace Design and Construction in Maryville can help. Pace Design and Construction is a building and remodeling contractor you can trust. They provide the highest quality, they are dedicated to their customers, and are committed to completing your project on time and within budget. Pace Design and Construction in Maryville. Give them a call at 618-407-5466, online at pacedesignconstruct.com, or on Facebook at Pace Construction Design.
Back to action here at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium. Midway through quarter number 3. Collinsville very comfortably out front, 59-13. Metro East Lutheran with the ball. Here is Gerling, and a loose ball, and it's picked up by Collinsville on the steal, and it's a 2-on-0 break, and couldn't complete the little dunk there by Weisinger. So Collinsville will get their own rebound and reset their offense once again. Here's Weisinger. I think he maybe had too much time and thought about it too much. Over to Pannell. Back over to Lorsback. Lorsback to Pannell. Free throw line area for Wilkinson. Back out around the perimeter we go. Over to Wilkinson. Trying to work it up inside to Chambers. Not a lot of room, so back out around the perimeter we'll go. Lorsback makes his move, dumps it off to Chambers. Chambers travels. Three and a half to go here in this fourth quarter. Over onto the wing. Gerling dribbles. Almost carried that ball. Over to Scott. Scott gives it up for Grady. Grady from the right wing, top of the key, in the paint. He drives off the glass. Good for two. Grady has been working his tail off today, and that's his first 2 points of this game. Over on the far side for Pinnell. Wilkinson kick it back outside. Weisinger to Lordsbach. Far side to Pinnell once again. Lordsbach on the wing. Inside. And Lordsbach give and go. Chambers, they put it up in the corner. Pinnell was open there for a three, but that area got closed real quick by a heads-up play by Grady. Here is Weisinger. Kicks it out to Lordsbach. Wide open for three. He takes it, hits the fat part of the iron, and can't get it to fall in after that. Rebound belongs to Metro East. Lutheran, 2:20 left to play here in this one. Looks like the JV Kahawks are going to improve to 6-0 on the year. Here's Scott, just inside the perimeter, and he kicks it back outside to Yablonski. Yablonski bounces it to Grady on the wing. Elijah Grady, 6-foot freshman. He's been very busy. Good ball player. As Collinsville comes up with another loose ball. And now we have player exchanges going on as Nick Horace comes back into the game, takes the place of Lordsbach, and Pinnell will inbound and do so all the way over onto the far side for Weisinger. 95 seconds to play in this one. Here is Chambers back out front, and around the perimeter we go. And not anymore. That one was thrown away by Weisinger. Pinnell was breaking one way. Ball went the other way. 8th turnover for Collinsville. They had 4 in the first half, so 4 here in the second half with 1:15 to play. Here's Elijah Grady. Settles in over on the right wing. Now out to the top of the key for Haynes. Gerling. Baseline, lost control of the ball and stepped out of bounds before he could throw the ball off of Weisinger. 15th turnover now for Metro East Lutheran. And we have arrived at the final of 45 seconds of this one. Jamori Weisinger, 5'10" freshman for Collinsville. Over to the other freshman, Nick Horace. Pinnell, another freshman on the floor for Collinsville, at the free throw line. Wilkinson, the only non-freshman out there as the 4th freshman. Chambers gets it for a moment. He'll turn around and give it up for Horace. And we're down to the final 20 seconds. Collinsville feels no need to have to score. And they'll play a little catch out front for a while and let that clock tick down. And it looks like 59-15 is going to be our final score as Collinsville outscored Metro East Lutheran in every quarter. First one 20-2, second one 16-6, third quarter 18-3, and this final quarter just a 5-4 score. But the JV Kahawks improved to 6-0, and that's going to do it for this junior varsity game. So we will step aside for just a little bit, and we're back with the varsity game in about 15 minutes or so on the Kahawk Sports Network.